Hello, friends. Welcome to a brand new episode on Indian polity prepared by the channel named as The Humanities, a channel which is specifically dedicated for the humanities students. In the series of Indian polity for different civil services examinations, we are introducing or we are talking about the Charter Acts of the year 1833 and 1853 in this video. So before starting this lecture, I will request all of you to please subscribe to the channel and do share it with your friends and colleagues who are preparing for the civil services examination. And I believe this video is going to be helpful for all of you in your examinations. So let's start today's topic. The first we will cover the Act of 1833, important provisions, and then we will proceed to the Act of 1853, the important provisions of these two acts. So we will start with the Act of 1833. First thing that you should know that it is called Charter Act. The first two acts, which were passed in 1773 and 1784, respectively, they were not called as Charter Act. The 1773 Act was called as Regulating Act, and the 1784 was called as Pitt's India Act. Charter is actually any document issued by the Crown. So when a document is issued by a crown, then it is called as charter. Okay. So these charter acts were not passed by the parliament; they were actually issued by the crown, by the king or the queen of that time. Okay. So that's why they call Charter Act of 1833. Now this Charter Act of 1833, it has been considered as the final step towards centralization of Indian administration. So it started with the 1773 Act when the Governor of Bengal was appointed as the Governor General of Bengal, and the other governors of Bombay and Madras, they were made subordinate to him. It started with that, the centralization process. It started with 1773 Act and it finally ended with this Charter Act of 1833 when that Governor General of Bengal was further elevated to the position of the Governor General of India, not just of Bengal. So, the first time an authority was created to control the whole India. I'm talking about the position of Governor General of India. This position was to control whole India. Earlier, what the position was, it was Governor General of Bengal, only for the Bengal province. Though other governors were also subordinate to him, but his power does not uh, uh, it was not exercised all over India. But from 1833 onwards, the position, the Governor General of India, it was GGI, he was controlling all over India. Okay, and of course the other two governors, or even not only not just the governors, even other chief commissioner provinces and all those, they were subordinate to him. They were reporting to him. So it was done after removing the post of Governor General of Bengal, and a new post GGI was created. For factual information, William Bentinck, he was the first GGI of India. Okay, and first GGB was Warren Hastings. Okay, that's the thing. It is factual information that you should remember. Warren Hastings was the first GGB, and William Bentinck, he was the first GGI. Okay, Governor General of India. Now, Governor General, he had exclusive legislative powers for whole India. So the legislative powers, the governors of Bombay and Madras, they were taken away by them, and it was given to the GGI. Now he was the person who was framing the rules and the laws to govern all over India, including the Bombay and Madras presidencies. Okay, so the governors of those two presidencies, they didn't have any power to frame the laws anymore. Now, besides these, it ended the commercial activity of the company and it was made an administrative body. So from 1833 onwards, company was not a commercial entity, it was administrative entity only. And it is said that company's territories, it says the Charter Act made the rule that the company's territory of India was held with it in trust of His Majesty. So as long as the crown will be interested in, as long as the crown will want, the territories of India will be controlled by the company. Okay, what that means, whenever they want, they were free to snatch it away from the company. Okay, and this act also attempted to introduce an open competition for civil services. This clause has been asked many times in different civil services examination. So it attempted to introduce an open competition for civil services, same equal for both Indians and the foreigners, but the foreigners, foreigner people, they didn't like it and they agitated against this. And the governor, and the government of England, it had to take it back, the decision. So, because it was opposed by the court of directors, so this decision was taken out and it was not implemented. But yes, for the first time, the provision was made for the open competition equal for both Indians and the foreigners. Now, this was a bit information about the Charter Act of 1833, and now we will be going and covering the second act, which is the Charter Act of 1853. This Charter Act of 1853, it was the first effort by the British Parliament, first time when the executive and the legislative functions of the Governor General Council was differentiated, and a separate body was created for legislation, and it was called India Legislative Assembly or the Central Legislative Assembly. Okay, you can see here India Legislative Council or Central Legislative Council. You can see CLC. For the first time, this authority or this organization was made to assist Governor General in framing the laws. And this CLC used to consist of 6 members, okay, to frame the laws and assist GG in that process. It was and besides this act also introduced the open competition for coordinated civil services. Now this term is important. Coordinated civil services. Coordinated civil services means that civil services which was for the higher positions, and was for all over India. You can see all India services that we have today. There were other civil services which was provincial or say the regional civil services, which was under the control of the provinces, but this was for the whole India. This coordinated civil services was an open competition was introduced to fill the posts of these civil services. The same effort that failed in 1833 Act, the same effort passed in 1853. Okay, so 2 years are related to the open competition, 33 and 53. 33 it failed, 53 it passed, and it allowed Indians also to participate in it. They could also write they were able to write the examination, and in the same it was also provided for that a committee on civil services will be appointed under Lord Macaulay. Macaulay is a very important personality in Indian history. And finally, this committee was appointed in 1854 to look to frame the rules and regulations for the civil services in India. Okay. After this 1853 Act, it also introduced the local representation in CLC, that is Central Legislative Council, CLC. 6 members. We discussed that there were 6 members in this CLC. 4 of these 6 members, they were to be appointed by the provincial governments of Madras, Bengal, Bombay. Okay, so the provincial governments of three presidencies, Madras, Bengal, and Bombay, they were to appoint four members out of these six members here, and even Agra. So this was the case with the 1853 Act. So these were a few things about these two acts, 1833 and 1853 acts. We have already discussed about the Act of 1773 and the Act of 1784. We have also made the videos about how to prepare for the civil services examination, an ideal 1 year plan for that, and also we have made the video about the resources and the book list to follow. I will be sharing the links of all those videos in the description box below, so you can open the description box and go and watch all those videos as well. So now besides this, we are also running two Telegram channels. One channel is for the next upcoming UPPSC examination, and one is for the upcoming UPSC examination. UPPSC 2020, which is actually being scheduled to be held on 11th of October, and UPSC, which is scheduled to be held on 4th of October. We are running Telegram channel for them. So the name of the UPPSC channel is UPPSC 2020, and for Civil Services UPSC, it is UPSC CSE 2020. And here we have the link as well for both the channels. So if you are interested to prepare for the Civil Services examination and answer MCQs available free of cost, you can click on these links to join our channels. So I hope it added some quality, some value to your preparation, and you like the channel. So if you like the video, please do subscribe to the channel, and please like and share it among your friends as well. Okay, your subscription matter a lot, so don't forget to click the subscribe button below. And if you want our videos to reach you with a notification, you can press the bell icon as well. Okay, so see you in the next video with other topics from Indian polity. Till then, enjoy your preparation and be happy.